Hello and welcome to Content Innovations Limited. As you can see from Content Innovations Limited, we love to share with you the tools and techniques we use to help all companies move forward, whether they be strategic tools, operational tools, or just statistical tools to help people get from where their process is now to where their process needs to be. One of the tools that we need to think about when we're doing risk assessment, but it also fits for everything else, is deploying all of the ideas, the possible solutions, the possible things that we could put in place. Now when we come to do that, rather than just throw them in there, we need to rank them, and we need to rank them into areas of usefulness. So we can get projects which sit in this area here. They have low effort, but they have low benefit to the business. These are the just go do stuff. This is the stuff that doesn't take much to do stuff, but it doesn't return a great deal. But if you don't do these projects, maybe the higher order stuff that you're trying to get to, really you're not going to get there because you've got a load of stuff in the way. These can quite often be your 5S projects and your just simple let's fix a process projects. What you also might find is there's some great projects that sit in here, where it takes very little effort, but they have enormous benefit for the process. So these are your big money savers, your quick wins. These are the things you want to be able to do within the first 3-6 months of a program. So we can identify the stuff that is low-hanging fruit, won't return much money, but enables us to get to the higher stuff, and then we can get to this really great stuff up here in terms of low effort but high benefit. There's also a bunch of projects that we may need to do, but we also want to classify them as, are they worthwhile going for? And these are these projects over here, which are called high effort, but they are low benefit. They're projects that will take a lot of work to do to get them across the line so that we can get into that process, get into that improvement. But the amount of effort that we have to put in there to get them is hard work. So these may be projects which are long-term development projects. So an example of that might be, we want to change our reporting system. It has very little in terms of financial benefit for the company, but to get that in place, there's a whole series of actions that we need to do in terms of archiving out the old processes, grandfathering out those old ways of working and bringing in new stuff. And we've seen this as a strategic thing where we are actually going to wait for people, certain people, to leave the organization or organizational changes to come about. It's low benefit, but it's a lot of effort to try and get there as it is now. So we're going to put those into that space there. And then finally we have a group which is where we really need to avoid, and these are high effort projects, but they're high benefit. Now the reason we want to avoid them is they may come with huge amounts of capex. They're really a lot of work to do to get it into the box, but if we can get it for free, then we may want to move it out of that box into another one. But these are ones where they are going to cost you a lot of money. These are your 5-year plans, are the things that we want to be putting here. These are your 5-year plans. These could well be about your changes that you need to make in your organization to create that change. These ones are the just do projects, and these ones are I need to do a few things beforehand, but yes, let's get those in now, because these are really, really useful projects to bring in. So having ranked my projects, I then want to put them into a timeline, into a Gantt chart as to when we're going to do them. So some of the just go do stuff, we're going to kick this off January, February, we're going to kick that one off then, that one will go then. Some of the bigger projects are much more difficult to do, so they're going to be longer term projects. Some of them we're going to have to start now, and we can start to build a map of our resource as to how we're going to use those projects to help us cross that line. Which is brilliant, but the problem now is, having created this, I want to make sure that I understand, are we keeping on track? So one of the things I can use is something called a project scheduler, or it's given various names. Some people like to call it a master schedule. It's not really a master schedule. A master schedule is a schedule that's at the top and then all the other schedules come off. This is just a program schedule. So what effectively I'm going to use is 3 codes. Every time period I'm going to draw a vertical line to show that that time period has been reviewed. It's either going to be a vertical line, it's going to be drawn as a forward spike line, or it's going to be drawn as a backward spike line. And we'll have a look at each one of those in turn. So on January, we looked at our process review and everything was on track, so we draw a vertical line down because that just tells us we're in a good place. However, when we look at February's review, this should have finished in February. We haven't quite finished it. It's gone longer than we wanted to. So rather than just say we're good, one of the things we're going to do in February is we're going to back spike that process to say it has not finished. It was on track last time we reviewed it, so that's why we backtracked to there, but we haven't concluded this task. What we'll then do is, have we started this task? Yes. Is this one on track? Yes, it is. This one's still on track, and all the way down. So the next month comes along, and we want to again review our processes to see where we are, and in March we are reviewing this one, and we're going to double back spike, because that should have finished, but we still have not done it. So we back spike to the point of where it was last on track. This one, did it finish on time? Yes, it did. So we can draw vertical through there. Have we started this one? Yes. Is that one concluded? Yes. And all the way down. So things are looking really good. What we then want to do is we want to then come to April, and in April, because we've double back spiked, we now want to make a focal point of that, so we have a distinct activity, and all of a sudden that's now on track. We actually finished it, but we finished it late. On this one here, we're bringing it down, everything else is now looking really good, we're back on track, we're getting things done. However, this one, which was supposed to have gone into March, we've actually forward spiked that one because we actually finished earlier than we expected it to. So now we've got a forward spike to tell us that finished early. Now the great thing about this visualization is this is on time. This is finished early. And this one's late. And what this does is it gives me the ability to very quickly look at my map and start to see where are we succeeding, where are we failing, where are the issues we need to put focus, so I can start to get some real grasp of what it is we're doing and where we're going to go. The other thing that's useful to put on your map is an owner and a RACI chart so that people know who to go to and who to speak with. So when you're looking at deploying your solutions, whether it be for an FMEA, failure mode and effect analysis, or just generally process improvement, this is a really powerful tool of looking at how are we deploying, how have we ranked it, how are we delivering against that. I hope you found this useful. Please reach out to us at Cotton Innovations if you'd like to know more about benefit effort matrix and how to use that within your world, and how to understand using a scheduling tool such as a program scheduler to keep you on track. Thank you so much for reaching out to us and watching the video. We look forward to your contact details and working with you in the future. Thank you very much. Goodbye.